Alright, so today we're going to be on Malinovka, guys. We're going to be in the Type 64, and this is going to be a really, really close, good game. So I would urge you to stick around, see how this one ends. I'm not going to be doing any map strategy or map awareness on this video because we've covered Malinovka a couple times recently, and in fact, one of those videos I did a lot of map, overview with, I think, even the free replay camera, perhaps. I recently got the free replay camera again, so I don't quite remember if I did the free replay camera, but I know it was an extremely informative video that I did maybe only a week back. So if you are seeing this one and you haven't seen that one, go back on my channel and just try and find it in the thumbnail, and I'm sure you will find it. But anyway, guys, we're going to be on Malinovka, and we're going to be coming from the south spawn. Now, take a look at this P-43. This guy's about to make a pretty decent play here. But I'm going to come up and use this bush that I've been using recently from actually both spawns, and you're going to see how much we spot here. Now, again, I said this before, even on the last video, there were a couple people in the comments section that were saying that I have better options, and you may be right. I would think standard bush is always going to be your best option on this map. However, look at what I'm able to spot from this bush, and no one ever suspects that a light tank is up here. Because this bush, there's just not enough people that come up here in a light tank that use this bush. People are not going to blind fire it. My fear of going into the standard bush is that everyone wants to blind fire it now because everyone understands passive scouting in this game for the most part, right? But look, it's already 4-0, guys. Like, am I really making that much of a difference in this game? Probably not, at least not yet, right? You think we would absolutely wreck these guys, right? So I'm going to kind of start maneuvering myself better in the bush. The Karn is up here, but he doesn't really have an angle on me to spot me, as you can see, right? But I'm going to stick myself in this bush a little bit better so that anyone who's coming up here will not be able to light me until they basically proxy light me, right? That's going to be that's unavoidable, and that's going to be one of those situations where you just have to get down and dive off the cliff, right? So P-43 is poking right here, guys. This is a really good play on his part, and it's very common. You can do the same thing from the other side. It's just really risky, right? Because you might get YOLO'd, so you have to keep this in mind, right? So just be very cautious of that. Now, take a look at what's going on here. We have the VK lit, the Tiger lit, and because I'm sitting in this bush like this, guys, I'm not getting spotted, right? And I'm actually able to spot the Tiger and still spot this VK. Look at it from my view, like the way I'm looking at him. And I'm looking over at the Tiger, and I'm like, dude, I'm getting really nervous here. Like, I feel like one of these guys is going to light me. VK starts pushing in here, and eventually I have to leave. Now, as I kind of jump down the little ledge here, you can see that he spots me there, and I'm just going to run away. Now, I might get hit here. I think I do, maybe once or twice. T25-2 hits me there, but as I'm running away from here, I'm going to eventually go dark, and I'm going to pull back. Like, see the way I'm running away from here? I don't want to put myself in the view range of the Tiger or the Karn, so I'm going to run away and just keep this cliff kind of in front of me because I don't want them relighting me. Now I'm going to come up here, but the P-43 pulled up just as I was getting into this bush. He spots me. I spot the Su-122. T-25-2 gets another shot into me. I'm praying that the Su-122 doesn't hit me here, and this is pretty lucky, right, guys? We lucked out here, but if the P-43 wasn't here, I would have been fine in returning to this bush. It was the P-43 that very likely lit me, and it's unfortunate, and it's kind of unlucky, but at the same time, we got lucky, and we got actually a third chance to live, right? And this is why I always tell you guys, be careful, conserve your HP, and don't get too aggressive with your plays. Maybe I should have just waited for this P-43 to die first, because now he's dead, and now I'm going to return to the same bush, right, guys? So we're going to get back up here. We're going to get back into this bush, and from here we're able to spot the AMBT, the Su-122 again, you'll see, and we're kind of keeping the hill spotted. So now we're going to go on fast forward. I know some people don't like when I do this, but it's going to be worth it because all I do is sit in this bush, guys. That's all that's happening. You can watch the game progress on the map. You can see that the Su-122 is going to push into this area. Artie is still trying to target the Karn. Artie is targeting the Tiger. Our Artie player was pretty good, man. You know, he was trying to target the right people. We were emphasizing for him to go after the Karn. I told him, Arda, the Karn, like, shoot the Karn. I hit the backspace by accident, guys. Hold on one second. All right. So The Artie, we wanted him to target the Karn because the Karn is the biggest threat here, right? He's the one that can go hold down the best. So I have to you know, really emphasize to the Artie, just try and target him, get him out of the game, because we're going to be in trouble here on the hill, right? They have won the hill, and now also the south is open. The Type 58 could come around the corner, so I told the SMV get in the bush right here, because he was sitting right here. I told him get in the bush, and then as he pokes out, see, he gets lit there by the Panther. He's able to clean up the Panther, though, and now the T-25-2 is poking here, and I have this guy lit as well, so Artie can take shots at him. These guys in the back can take shots at him. I'm praying that these guys are going to see and take shots. Like, everyone is being so passive back here, man, and I'm trying to get this team to work with me. So eventually the Artie, I think, does target the T-25-2. He makes him basically a one-shot, and now we're in a situation where we just have to stay in this bush. There's nothing we can really do. I'm able to relight the Karn, but we have lost the hill here, and like basically in it's hard to explain, guys, but some people might think it's better to try and active scout this. I'm a one-shot. Like, there is nothing more for me to do here other than sit in this bush. Because, look, if someone's going to come down the hill, we're going to light them. If the T-25-2 is going to poke here, we're going to light them. Even if someone pokes in here, or if the Karn tries to get away, or one of these heavies tries to go back down the hill, we might spot them, right? So this is the best bush, and I even said that in the chat. I think I'm in the best spot I can be still, to be honest. Like, I don't think I can really do anything else here. But I'm going to try, and now that the T-25-2 has been eliminated, I'm going to try and get a little more aggressive here. Now, keep in mind, I'm a one-shot, so you have to be so cautious in how you make these plays. But I come up here, I spot the Su-100, and this is really informative for our team because we now know where the Su-100 is. The only person that's unlit, or has been unlit the whole game, is the Su-8, right? And we're not really concerned with Artie. We likely know that he's probably somewhere back here. It doesn't really matter because he doesn't have any view range at all, so that's not like a concern of mine. The concern of mine is everyone else on the map. Artie hits a phenomenal shot there on the Su-100, and now we're in pretty good shape here. I'm going to try and get into this bush right here. So I'm kind of spot checking it. I do what's called a spot check, guys. I want to know if someone's spotting me here, so I poke up real quick, go back down, poke up real quick, go back down. And finally, I'm able to spot the Karn. As soon as this guy realizes he's lit, I'm able to smack a shot into his lower plate. I clean him up, and now it's just me and the SMV. The SMV has 800 HP, so we're in decent shape with that amount of HP. The Tiger, we'll see. What are the HPs here? The Tiger and the AMBT are both one-shots. Now, the AMBT is a really good player, so that was my biggest concern. He's got 6 kills, and I know he's like on anonymizer probably because he's a really good player. But Su-8 ends up here, and I'm thinking at this point, like, let me pause for a second here, guys. The Tiger is still going to be up here. I know he doesn't have the mobility. The AMBT last appeared here, so the best situation, or I should say the best option in this situation, is just to get on the cap. I don't like capping, but sometimes the game on rare occasions calls for it, right? It really does. In this situation, it is better for me to just get on the cap circle, try and lure out the Tiger and the AMBT, and the SMV is still sitting in this bush here. So if these guys come anywhere close to him, he's going to light them, and they have to, right? They have to. The Tiger will never make it here in time, but the AMBT is either going to have to come all the way around like this, or he's going to have to come around, you know, through like this. And if he tries to go all the way around to avoid the SMV, likely he won't get here in time. So this is a great decision on my part, but even someone else recommended it. I'm like, yeah, I think this is one of those situations, and again, I never cap, guys, but it's one of those situations where I'm going to have to get on the cap. So SMV luckily eliminated the AMBT, and now we're in good shape, and I just told him, just watch the Tiger, because he's probably going to start running down the hill like this. And I'm thinking, what are the chances that the Artie guesses this bush? Like, is he good enough to try and guess that I'm sitting in this bush, because it's the only bush on the cap circle? So eventually I'm going to actually move out of this bush, and as you'll see, only 10 seconds later or whatever, this guy shoots the bush right here. Maybe it was a little more than that, but watch him shoot the bush, like pretty much right where I would have been. See how he shoots right there? Looked like it was almost an AP shot though. And T-26E4 says, oh, he guessed it. Yeah, like, yeah, man. So it was a good decision on my part to get out of there, but I think he shot an AP round anyway. But regardless, guys, we're going to end up winning this game by capping out. I'm going to start backing up here. I don't want to get lit by the Su-8, and look how bad his view range is. I know my view circle, my draw circle, whatever you want to call it, spotting range circle, all the circles are gone because of the glitch with the replays. But we're able to clean up the Suit 8 there as he's coming through the bushes, and now at this point, it's just a matter of not getting hit by the Tiger for the next 3 seconds, and I know that this guy he's just not going to get down here in time. And even if he did have a shot, it was probably going to be extremely difficult for him to hit that. And that's all. Took a shot at the SMV to say like, hey man, good game. And that's the game, guys. I'm not going to do any map overview again. I've done that the last like two replays that I've shown you on Malinovka. But I hope you enjoyed this game and I hope you learned something from it. I had 221 damage this game. You know what this is by W&8? It's like nothing. By W&8, this is garbage. If the replay didn't glitch up, if I didn't hit backspace, you would see the W&8 here, but it's probably like 700 or something, right? But look at the spotting. And this is why I really urge you guys, don't be so concerned with W&8. Like, there are some people that are so obsessed with W&8. I won this game for my team by doing 3,800 spotting damage and making the correct plays, right? 221 damage did nothing for winning us this game. It was all about the spotting. So on Malinovka and Prokhorovka especially, do not be concerned at all with W&8, guys. So let's take a look at the end plates. I will let you guys go. I have a lot of these open. I think I opened the wrong ones. Let me see. It's probably these. Yeah. So here is Malinovka, 3910 spotting, 221 damage, guys. Type 64 is on top, 221 damage, 2 kills, 1,148 experience. SMV is second. So the last two guys that were alive are the top up here. And he played a phenomenal game as well, man. So, and yeah, what were these two badges? So that spotter badge, and I'm not even sure what that is. You guys might know what these are. And yeah, I mean, their AMBT was a really good player, man. This guy Spunky. I have this feature with Azlanes that allows me to see the real name, but this guy was a really good player, man. But he just couldn't quite do enough. He needed a much better team. Like, look at his team, man. It's just not a lot of great players here. But, you know, we had decent players. We had a couple bad players, but it was me and this guy, Azurai, that ended up really carrying this game for the team. And this is how you have to do it, guys. You got to conserve your HP. You got to stay alive. I'm telling you, just always, always, always be so cautious and careful with your HP, because once you lose your HP, you cannot get it back. We had over 4,000 combined. End of everything, guys. 100 base capture points. We were the only one to cap out the base, and that's it. GG in 14 minutes. We made it work, and that's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you learned a thing or two. Sub if it is helping you out or you enjoy the content. I would really appreciate it. If you want to like and comment on the video, feel free. That helps get recommended more. But do drop comments down below, guys, if you have any questions. I'd be glad to help you guys out. Again, I'm no Unicum expert, but I've been playing light tanks for years, and I know quite a bit about the maps, about the game mechanics, and about light tanks. And I'd be, you know, more than happy to help you guys out. That's all for this one. Again, guys, sub if the content is helping you out. That would really, really help me out, and I would really, really appreciate it. Catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye now.